72 hours ago, Deco met secretly with representatives of Joan Garcia in a hotel in Barcelona. It wasn't an ordinary meeting, Cules. They spent 4 hours negotiating every detail of the contract, and at the end of this meeting, Joan Garcia gave his word, "I want to be the goalkeeper of Football Club Barcelona." Do you know what conditions convinced Joan Garcia? Let me tell you everything. Firstly, Flick guaranteed him to be the undisputed starter for the next 3 years. Secondly, Barça offered him an annual net salary of €4 million, making him one of the highest-paid goalkeepers in the league. Thirdly, a release clause of €80 million, demonstrating the club's total confidence in him. But here's what nobody knows, friends. Joan Garcia rejected offers from Arsenal, Tottenham, and Napoli to come to Barça. Arsenal offered him €6 million net, and yet, he chose Barça. Why does Flick want Joan Garcia so much? Let me explain the tactical philosophy behind this decision. Flick needs a goalkeeper who is perfect with his feet in his system. The goalkeeper is the first field player. Joan Garcia has a 94% accuracy on short passes and 87% on long passes. These figures are spectacular. Additionally, his reaction speed is 0.3 seconds faster than the league average. In modern football, where attackers are getting faster, this is crucial. Let's compare Joan Garcia with other elite goalkeepers. Saves per match, Joan Garcia 4.2, Ter Stegen 3.8, Oblak 4.1, pass accuracy, Joan Garcia 91%, Ter Stegen 89%, Oblak. The numbers don't lie, Cules. Joan Garcia is on par with the best goalkeepers in the world. And now comes the most moving part of this whole story. Joan Garcia has been a Cule since he was little. His father told me that when he was 8 years old, he would fall asleep with the Barça jersey on, dreaming of defending the goal at Camp Nou. The operation will be concluded for 18 million fixed plus 7 million in variables. What are these variables? 2 million if Barça wins La Liga, 2 million if they reach the semi-finals of the Champions League, 2 million if Joan Garcia is called up to the Spanish national team, 1 million if he plays more than 30 matches in his first season. Let me tell you the exact timeline of how this recruitment was concluded. September 2024, Flick identifies Joan Garcia as a priority target. October 2024, first contacts with the Spaniard. November 2024, secret meeting with the representatives. December 2024, formal offer from Barça. This week, total agreement with the player. How did the Barça players react? According to my sources, PEDRI and GAVI personally called Joan Garcia to convince him. They told him, "Here, you will make history. But I want to know your opinion, Cules. Do you think Joan Garcia can be the goalkeeper who will lead us to victory in the Champions League, or do you think we should have bet on a more experienced goalkeeper? Let me know in the comments, as your opinions matter a lot to me." And now comes the hardest part of this whole affair, Cules, talking about the future of Marc-André Ter Stegen. Because yes, Joan Garcia is coming to be the starter, and that means our German goalkeeper will be leaving the club. First of all, I want to clarify something. Ter Stegen has been a legend at our club, 11 years defending our goal, epic moments we will never forget, saves that have given us titles. Do you remember that save against Liverpool at Anfield or his performances in the Champions League in 2015? Ter Stegen has been fundamental in the recent history of Barça. But I'm going to tell you the truth about how his departure is being handled, because there are things you haven't been told. Ter Stegen found out about Joan Garcia's arrival through the press. Yes, you heard right. No one from the club officially told him they were going to recruit his replacement. How has Ter Stegen reacted? According to sources very close to the player, he is hurt, not because he is losing his starting place, which he understands because that's football, but because of the way it was handled, the lack of an honest conversation with the management. Where can Ter Stegen go? Let me tell you the options on the table. Bayern Munich, his original club, is interested. Neuer is 38 years old and they are looking for a replacement. Arsenal, Arteta wants a reliable goalkeeper to compete for the Premier League. PSG, Donnarumma is not convincing and they see Ter Stegen as an improvement. Inter Milan, Sommer is not performing at the expected level. Barça is asking for 25 million for Ter Stegen, which may seem little for a goalkeeper of his level, but it must be taken into account that he is 32 years old and has a very high salary. However, I think it's a bargain for any club that recruits him. How are the fans reacting? Social media is divided. There are Cules who understand the sporting decision, but others are outraged by the way it was handled, and the truth is, I understand them. Look, Kules, I understand that football is a business, I understand that difficult decisions have to be made, but I think this could have been handled better. Ter Stegen deserves a tribute, he deserves respect, he deserves a farewell worthy of what he has given to the club. Marc-André, if you're watching this, I want you to know that the real Kules will never forget you. You have been a spectacular goalkeeper and an exemplary person. Wherever you go, you will have our affection and respect. What do you think, Kules? Is Ter Stegen's departure well managed? Do you think he deserves a tribute? I want to read all your comments on this topic. But if you thought the Joan García and Ter Stegen affair was big, wait until you hear about what Marcus Rashford is doing. This guy is obsessed with the idea of coming to Barça, and I'm going to show you all the evidence that proves he's running a personal campaign to be recruited by us. Let's take it step by step, because it's incredible. On Monday, Lamine Yamal posted a photo of himself training, and Rashford liked it in less than 30 seconds. On Tuesday, PEDRI shared a Barça story, and Rashford reacted with 3 fire emojis. On Wednesday, GAVI posted a video of his recovery, and Rashford commented, "Keep it up, brother," with a strength emoji. On Thursday, the official Barça account posted highlights of the last match, and Rashford shared it in his stories. On Friday, Rafinha posted a family photo, and Rashford liked it and commented with hearts. Do you know what all this means? That Rashford is running a systematic campaign to win the affection of the Barça team. It's not a coincidence, it's a strategy. And here's some information that has reached me from Manchester, Kules. Rashford had a meeting with Ten Hag where he told him he wanted to leave. The exact words were, "I'm not happy here, I need a change of scenery." But what would Rashford's role be in Flick's system? Let's analyze it in depth. Position. Flick sees him as a left winger, his natural position. Characteristics. Speed, 35 km/h top speed, physical power, arrival in the box, and ability to dribble. Statistics. This season, he has scored 8 goals and provided 5 assists in 18 matches. These are not spectacular numbers, but it must be taken into account that he is not happy at Manchester. Deco has several options for the left winger position. Luis Diaz, Liverpool, €85 million, 27 years old, more technical but less physical. Marcus Rashford, United, €40 million, 27 years old, more physical but less technical. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, Napoli, €70 million, 23 years old, very technical but with no experience in Spain. For me, Rashford is the smartest option for the price and adaptability. Do you know what someone very close to Rashford told me? That he is learning Spanish with a mobile app, preparing to come to Barça. Manchester United is ready to let him go for 40 million plus variables. The conditions would be a loan fee of 5 million, an obligatory purchase option of 35 million, and 10 million in variables for objectives, totaling a maximum of 50 million. For a player of his level, it's a bargain. Imagine the media impact of recruiting Rashford, an English player, a Premier League star, coming to Barça. The English media would go crazy, and it would give us incredible visibility. Rashford needs a change of scenery. At Manchester, he is not happy, he doesn't feel valued. At Barça, he would find the motivation he needs to become the player he once was. Gary Neville, a legend at United, recently said, "Marcus needs a new challenge, maybe leaving England would do him good." Even the legends at United understand that he needs to change. What do you prefer, Kules, Rashford for 40 million or Luis Diaz for 85? Do you think Rashford can regain his best level at Barça? I want to know your opinion. And now comes the best part of all, Kules, what you're about to hear about Lamine Yamal will give you chills. He's not just a candidate for the Ballon d'Or, the French organizers already see him as the winner. I have exclusive information from Paris. A member of the Ballon d'Or jury confirmed to me that Lamine Yamal is leading the preliminary votes. The exact words were, "He is the player who has most impacted the world of football this year." Let's look at the numbers because they are staggering. This season, 15 goals and 18 assists in 32 matches, 89% pass accuracy, 67% successful dribbles, 12 matches as the best player on the field. With Spain, 8 goals in 12 matches, youngest player to score in the Euros, youngest player to provide an assist in the Nations League, 94% crossing accuracy. Do you know who to compare these numbers to? Messi at 17. And I'm going to give you some data that will impress you. Messi at 17, 6 goals, 1 assist in 25 matches. Lamine at 17, 15 goals, 18 assists in 32 matches. Lamine surpasses Messi at the same age. But the numbers don't say it all. Lamine's impact goes beyond football. 50 million followers on social media, worldwide trending topic every time he plays, the best-selling Barça jersey this season, an inspiration for millions of children around the world. Do you know what football legends have said about Lamine? Ronaldinho, he reminds me of myself when I was young, but he is better. Thierry Henry, he is the future of world football. Kaká, he has something special that only the chosen ones have. And here's something incredible, Queules. The French magazine that co-organizes the Ballon d'Or published an article titled Lamine Yamal, the child who conquered the world. A French media outlet recognizing the superiority of a Barça player that makes you special, Lamine. Let's analyze him technically. Dribbling. His dribbling ability is 67%, higher than Mbappé's 61%. Vision. His assists are not a coincidence. He sees passes that others don't. Mentality. At 17, he has the mentality of a veteran. He doesn't get nervous in key moments. Versatility. He can play on both wings and as an offensive midfielder. I'm going to stick my neck out completely. Queules, Lamine Yamal will win the 2025 Ballon d'Or, and when he does, it will be the most epic moment in the history of Football Club Barcelona since the Messi era. Do you know what it means for Lamine to win the Ballon d'Or? That La Masia becomes the world reference again, that the Barça model remains the best for training players, that Lamine's market value has gone from 50 million to 150 million in 1 year. If he wins the Ballon d'Or, it could reach 200 million. It's a huge investment for the club. Lamine represents everything we love about Barça: talent, humility, hard work, and that special magic that only idols have. He is our present and our future. Do you think Lamine will win the Ballon d'Or? What does it mean to you to have a player like him on our team? I want to read all your comments, but that's not all. Queules, I have more exclusive news that will interest you. Exclusive information on several players who can change the future of Barça. PEDRI is about to renew until 2030 with a €1,000 million release clause. Yes, you heard right, 1,000 million. The club wants to completely secure him after offers from PSG and Manchester City. Ansu Fati has 3 offers on the table: Brighton, 25 million, Seville, loan, and Betis, 20 million. Flick has told him he doesn't count on him, but Ansu wants to stay and fight for his place. Frenkie de Jong has rejected PSG's offer of 70 million. He wants to stay at Barça and has spoken with Flick to know his role in the team. The German coach sees him as a key player. Pablo Torre will have many more minutes in the second half of the season. Flick is impressed by his evolution and sees him as the future of the Blaugrana midfield. Ronald Araujo is unhappy about not being an undisputed starter. Bayern Munich has inquired about him, but Barça does not want to sell him. Flick will have to manage this situation. Ferran Torres could have a second chance with the possible departure of Ansu Fati. Flick sees him as an alternative on the right wing. His versatility is highly appreciated. Let's talk about something fundamental, Queules, the tactical revolution that Hansi Flick is implementing at Barça. All these recruitments make sense within his playing philosophy. Flick is setting up a very dynamic 4-2 formation that transforms into a 3-2-5 in attack. How do the new recruits fit in? Joan García, a sweeper keeper who participates in the build-up play. Rashford, a winger who moves inside to create numerical superiority. Lamine, a winger who spreads out to stretch the field and create spaces. Flick's idea is clear: high pressing, quick recovery, and fast transitions. For this, he needs players with specific characteristics: mental and physical speed, pressing ability, refined technique, and a winning mentality. How does Flick's Barça differ from Xavi's or Koeman's? Xavi, more possession, less verticality. Koeman, more direct, less build-up. Flick, perfect balance between possession and verticality. With these changes, Flick hopes to improve attacking efficiency, be more solid defensively, and compete at the highest level in the Champions League. And now comes the most exciting part, Queules. We are going to make some predictions about the future of Barça with all these changes, with Joan García, Rashford, and the growth of Lamine. I believe that Barça can reach the semi-finals of the Champions League this season. We have a team that can compete with anyone. In the league, we will fight until the end with Real Madrid. It will be an epic league, decided in the final matches. Lamine Yamal will win the 2025 Ballon d'Or. It will be Barca's greatest moment in recent years. In the summer, more reinforcements will come. Flick wants a left-footed centre-back and a defensive midfielder. The names circulating are Alphonso Davies and Joshua Kimmich. These recruitments represent an investment of around 100 million, but the return will be much greater. Better sporting results, more value for the team, and increased revenue through sponsors and merchandising. What incredible news we have had today, Cules. Joan García practically Blaugrana, Lamine Yamal on the path to the Ballon d'Or, Rashford going crazy to come, and a bright future ahead of us. Do you know what all this means? That Barça is becoming what it has always been, the greatest club in the world. After difficult years of economic crisis and doubts, we are building something special, a young team, hungry, with world-class talent and the winning mentality that characterizes us. Flick is creating a perfect machine, and we are going to enjoy it. If you like this video, if you want to continue receiving exclusive Barça information, I need you to do 5 things now. Like if you think these recruitments will lead us to victory in the Champions League. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are a family of over 500,000 Cules and we want to reach 1 million. Turn on the notification bell to be the first to be informed of all our exclusives. Share this video with all your Cule friends. This information is too important not to be shared. Comment on which recruitment excites you the most and why. And now, I want you to answer these questions in the comments. What grade do you give Barca's recruitment market from 1 to 10? Do you think Lamine will win the Ballon d'Or? What other recruitments do you want Barça to make? How do you see Barca's chances in the Champions League? What do you think about the management of Ter Stegen's departure? Tomorrow, we will have more exclusive news. I am working on explosive information about the future of GAVI and his renewal, possible departures in January, Flick strategy for the Champions League, and news about La Masia that will impress you. I want to thank all of you who follow me, who share my videos, who comment. You are the reason I do this. Together, we are creating the largest Cule community on YouTube. Remember, Cules, Barça is not just a club, it's a feeling, it's a way of understanding football and life. And together, with these recruitments, with Lamine, with all this excitement, we are going to reconquer Europe. The future is ours, Barça is back, and we will be there to live it. See you in the next video with more exclusives. Visca el Barça and Visca Catalunya.